From the Fox 10 Gulf Stream, this is Next Weather.
Hey there, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith, and here's what we're tracking with our forecast tonight. Clear and super steamy and muggy. Temperatures tonight above 80 in many areas. A super hot day tomorrow. Most likely will be in another excessive heat warning. And there'll be some storms occasionally, but also a lot of heat over the next 7 days. And here's the forecast heat index values. We may take a little dip Wednesday, but pretty much over 110 with the heat index through Saturday. And this is an unprecedented heat wave. This one tough going here, not a lot of relief in sight. The heat alerts are up. Excessive heat warnings on this Monday. That'll likely continue for at least the coastal counties on our Tuesday, as this upper ridge will continue to have its influence in our area. It's a little bit better to the north and east, but for most of us here, we see this heat dome continuing through Friday. And what this is a feature in the upper levels of the atmosphere that traps the air and causes the air to sink and dry out and heat up. And here's our forecast heat numbers for tomorrow. Up near 110, Calvert, Bay Minette, Atmore, Jay, Pascagoula 111, 108 Fairhope, 107 Gulf Shores. It's going to be another scorcher tomorrow. Very little rainfall. If we do see showers and storms, they're most likely going to fire to our north and east, but may see some thunderstorms in Clark County, Monroe County, and Conecuh counties tomorrow, and a few of those could be marginally severe as well, but our rain chances are really not overly impressive for tomorrow. We don't expect anything tropical going on. Nice trough out into the Atlantic. None of these waves really showing any signs of development out in the Atlantic, so we're good there. And temperatures mid-80s for our overnight lows tonight. That's awful. Daytime highs tomorrow, upper 90s, and the heat is the big story in our forecast. It's going to be hot across the board for the rest of the week. Isolated chances Wednesday, scattered chances Thursday and Friday. Highs in the upper 90s, overnight lows around 80 degrees. Coming up on Fox 10 News, we'll talk about what's happening across the forecast area as we take a look at the hurricane season predictions. We don't have anything out there right now, but we could see issues later in the month. We'll look at that with Jennifer Lambers, and also hot car safety with meteorologist Matt Barentine. Stay tuned.
Can I play? Sure, but you need to bring your own truck. That's not a problem.
The Fox 10 Storm Tracker Fleet, taking you live to more places, covering the Gulf Coast like no one else can. Unrivaled experience, unparalleled severe weather coverage.
I think I need a bigger sandbox.
It's an awful tragedy that can be prevented, and with this relentless heat, the odds of a child dying in a hot car are all too real. Fox 10 News meteorologist Matt Barentine has a reminder of this danger.
Let's talk about something very poignant as we deal with this heat wave, and I'm talking about the heat in our cars. By the time we get to 90 degrees, and keep in mind right now we're getting to 90 by 10 or 11 in the morning on most days. It only takes 10 minutes for the inside of that car to get to 109, 114 after 20 minutes, and then 124 after half an hour, 133 after an hour. So most of the heating happens within the first 30 minutes, and that's at 90 degrees. Let's kick the temperature up to 95, and now you can see 114 at 10 minutes, 124 at 20 minutes, and 130 at half an hour. So incredible heat builds up inside your vehicle when it's parked outside. And of course, that can lead to tragedy. We've seen this a number of times over the years. In fact, since 1998, there's been 951 child deaths in cars in the U.S. That averages out to about 38 deaths per year. Now, why does it happen? Well, one, folks forget, and this can happen especially when you have a change in routine. 26% of the kids gain access. In other words, the car may be unlocked, they get inside the car, and then they can't get back out. And sadly, 20% are knowingly left. So an incredible danger here dealing with hot cars. Remember to always check your back seat. It is a tragedy that is 100% preventable. In Mobile, Matt Barentine, Fox 10 News.
And as we talked about earlier, we are going to take a look at what's happening with the predictions for our tropical season and where we stand. Here's more with meteorologist Jennifer Lambers.
Although the tropics have been mostly quiet so far for 2023, it's important that we keep a close eye on what's going on, plus also the forecasts that are coming out. Now let's go ahead and talk about Colorado State, but let's talk about what we typically see in a single year. Now on average, a typical season is 14 named storms, 7 of those being hurricanes, with also 3 of those being major hurricanes, that category 3 and above. Now at the beginning of the season, Colorado State came out with their forecast for 2023. And surprisingly, it was slightly below average. They were calling for 13 named storms, 6 hurricanes, with 2 of those being major. And then they had their updates, which they put out every month on the first Thursday of the month during hurricane season. And in July, that's when things mainly changed, and they changed it to above average. And now they're sticking with that for the month of August. So their forecast for the season calls for 18 named storms, 9 hurricanes, with 4 of those being major. So again, slightly above average now is their outlook for 2023. And do keep in mind, this is already taking into account the 4 named storms that we've seen so far for the season and the unnamed tropical storm that took place in January. But also keep in mind, although we haven't seen that many numbers and they're calling for quite a few, there's still 115 days left in hurricane season. But also, let's go ahead and take it in a wide view. Do keep in mind, although hurricane season does begin June 1st, the peak typically comes in mid-September. August and September, a few of the most active months, so we're going to continue to monitor and keep you updated. Again, things are quiet right now, but it could change. Stay tuned to Fox 10 for the latest. Reporting in studio, meteorologist Jennifer Lambers, Fox 10 News.
We have these little quiet phases, but it always changes as we finish out August and into early September, a more active part of the season ahead. Coming up, we'll look at your 7-day forecast.
New to the Fox 10 weather app, your 24-hour radar forecast. Be the first to see how precipitation is going to affect your plants across the Gulf Coast. Detailed hour by hour, the 24-hour radar forecast on the Fox 10 weather app. Plus the latest breaking news with the Fox 10 News app.
Got him, bro.
Stay alert with Fox 10. Prime time is Fox 10 time.
The latest on the night's top stories are first on Fox 10 News at 9.
Wrap up your day, informed and ready for the morning.
All right, here's that extended forecast in the heat wave. It's a thing, and we're going to see it for another 7 days. There's no real break in this. And our daytime highs are going to be in the upper 90s, our overnight lows around 80. Just some scorching hot days and some very muggy nights. Looking at rain chances, scattered tomorrow, isolated Wednesday, widely scattered Thursday, and then back to scattered activity as we head into the weekend. These thunderstorms are going to be our only real shot at cooling off across the Gulf Coast.